welcome. Today's practice is centered around the Sacral Cakra, which is the energy center in our body in the deep belly, right in front of the sacrum, which is the triangle-shaped bone at the base of the spine. So what that means in terms of the breath is we'll be focusing on deep abdominal breathing. In terms of movement, we'll be focusing on freeing up the pelvis, freeing up the hips, and also the element of water. So each chakra is associated with a particular element. The element of the sacral chakra is water. So we'll also focus on the capability of the body to be very fluid, to be very in touch with our own fluidity. So, with that said, I'm going to stay seated so you can hear me better as I guide you through the opening breath work. But I would suggest, if you're comfortable to do so now, lie down onto your back. And I would suggest for the opening breath work today, constructive rest, which is just lying on your back with your knees bent and the soles of the feet standing flat to the floor. If you're more comfortable lying down another way, by all means, please do. That's no problem. Settling in, make yourself as comfortable as possible. Support under the head would be fine, a pillow or a folded blanket. Closing your eyes when you're ready. And now please bring your attention to the region of the deep belly. So I'm thinking below the belly button and above the pubic bone. Start very simply. Just hold your attention here as you inhale. And as best you can, keep it here as you exhale. What's the feeling tone here? Does the breath move here? If you're more of an audio person, can you listen deeply? Can you sense any vibration here? Or if you're more visual, if there were a color associated with this area, what would it be? Now I'm going to encourage you to very gradually and progressively slow down the breathing. We're going to encourage the breath to drop more deeply into this area. What I'd like you to imagine, can you imagine the belly now like a body of water? And you get to choose what kind, ocean, lake, but something with a little movement. And we're going to picture the breath like a wave. So what if you imagined a little inner tube floating on the surface of your body of water? And as you breathe in, the belly rises and the inner tube rises with it. And as you breathe out, the inner tube drops. It maybe even sinks a little bit under the surface of the water. So on the inhale, the breath crests like a wave, inner tube rises. On the exhale, belly empties out, inner tube sinks. Try that a couple more times. start a movement that's essentially just an exaggeration of what you're already doing, the natural belly breath. I'm going to get down onto the floor now in case you want to watch me, or my words might be enough to guide you. These are pelvic tilts and tucks, and they're really just exaggerating that movement so you can keep the mental image of the inner tube with you here. I tend to find that it's easiest for me to begin on the exhale. So why don't we do that together? Wherever you are in your breath cycle, take a nice, easy breath in. And as you exhale, suck the inner tube back to the spine and press the low back flat into the floor. So there's more movement here. And as you inhale, let the inner tube float up as you let the arch come back into the low back. So as you exhale, draw the inner tube down, press the low back flat. This is a pelvic tuck. And as you inhale, inner tube rises, roll toward the sitting bones, feel the arch. This is a pelvic tilt. Keep going, please. Can you feel this, the way this affects the rest of your body as well? There's sort of a wave that's pulsing throughout. As you exhale, maybe you feel it even touch the crown of the head. As you inhale, maybe the wave touches the soles of the feet. Once more. And then eventually, let your body return to stillness, although you may find there's still an echo of that movement within your breath now. I mean, it was always there. It might be more noticeable now. So now let's follow the wave-like movement of the breath side to side. So these are going to be little mini twists. You're not going too deeply, your back's not particularly warmed up yet. But with feet about hips distance apart, narrower is fine too. Wherever you are in your breath cycle, take a nice, easy breath in. And as you exhale, lower both knees to the left. As you inhale, draw them back up through center. And as you exhale, lower both knees to the right. Keep going, please. So obviously, we're following my breath pace here because that's what I've got. Always, whenever you have a sense of what we're doing, then apply your own breath. Okay, don't rush or wait for me any longer than you have to. Just warming up across the back of the hips, back of the pelvis. Feeling the sacrum being rocked into the earth. And now the next time you bring yourself through center and you feel even on your sides, please pause. Feel what's here. Feel the wave of your breath. And let's do one more movement on the back before we get up and move forward. And this one is primarily to release the hip rotators. So those are the muscles that lie deep to the glutes here. And they are very powerful muscles to release in terms of mobility in the pelvis and the hamstrings for that matter. So let's try it first to the left-hand side. So please cross the left ankle just over the right knee. And I want you to start with a little kind of bobbing movement. Bob it out, bob it in. Just warm up the joint a bit. And then we're actually going to stay with the flowing movement here. So the next time the knee points towards you, come with your hands and push it a little bit toward the midline of the body. And then let it drop away and push with your hand so it moves away. Do that again. Point it in towards your body and pull toward the midline. Drop it away from your body and push. Once more. And now you're welcome to do that a couple more times. Those of you who feel pretty warmed up, if you feel ready, please lift the right foot off the floor. See if you can clasp your hands to this outer left knee. Hug the knee in and relax the low back down into the floor. Please take the next breath in nice and easy through the nose. Send it out with a sigh of relief. And then please release the left leg, stretch it out, give it a little bounce. And then please stand that left foot next to the right. Pause and notice if you can discern any difference between your hips. And then please cross the right ankle just over the left knee. Do a little casual bobble first. And then point the knee in towards your body. Come with your hands and give it a little push. Drop the knee away from your body. With your hand, give a little push. Do that again. And now you are welcome to just stay with this movement. Keep warming up, or those of you who feel ready, try floating the left foot off the floor, bringing the legs in towards your body, clasping your hands to the outside of the right knee. Give a little hug in, even as the low back continues to relax straight down. A nice, easy breath in and send it out through the mouth. Relax the jaw. And then please release, stretch the right leg out and shake it. And then please bend that knee, stand the right foot next to the left. Pause and feel. All right, please roll to one side. Let's come up to seated. So I'm going to sit up on the edge of a folded blanket. You might want to do the same. For most people, that makes it a little easier to sit upright. So you sit right on the edge of it. Try the soles of the feet together like this and the knees apart. So this is bound angle position, Baddha Konasana. You can reach for whatever you can grab with your hands. My arms are pretty short. So for me, that's shins. You might be able to get as far as your feet or even your toes. But just grab what you can. Relax the shoulder blades down the back. Feel the spine just as erect as possible. But let the rest of the body relax. Okay. If you're already getting a pretty strong stretch in the groins, you might want to stay here, focus on your breathing, and focus on keeping the spine straight up and down. If you feel like you have a little room here to tilt forward from the pelvis, leaning the whole torso a little more out over the feet, so now I can reach my feet. Yay me. And then I want you to go inward, and I want you to go back in that body of water. And I want you to picture your spine now like a length of seaweed. And just allow the breath to move the spine feels natural to you and a way that feels fluid. So it may be that as you breathe in and out, the seaweed goes side to side. Or it may be that the inhale pulls you a little bit forward and the exhale rounds you a little bit down. Maybe it's a combination. Last breath here, nice and easy. And now walk yourself back up. Ooh, pause for a moment, feel. And then please bring your inner knees together. Ooh, that was a pretty intense stretch for me. I hope you felt it as well. So I'm just stretching my legs out for a moment to take a break, but let's head up to standing for our last sequence, please. So coming up any way you like. Now you'll need to move that blanket out of your way. Mountain pose, please. So mountain pose is just a yogic balanced way of standing. Hips lined up right over the ankles, so the legs feel supportive and the pelvis feels level. Relax the arms and shoulders, rise into your crown. So we're going to do a standing sequence where the arms create a wave-like movement. What I want to say, I'm going to demonstrate it to you very briefly from Warrior 2. And then I'm going to give you an option if that's not going to work. Okay, so very briefly, here's your starting position. We'll come into it together. And then the lower body is going to stay as is for a bit, which is why this is a little bit intense on the legs. This is the inhale. This is extended side angle. This could be the elbow, back of the hand. I've kind of got the forearm on my thigh. The exhale brings me back to center. And the next inhale, this is reverse warrior, back hand to the back thigh. Okay? So we'll do that a couple times on each side. If anything about that starts to bother ankles, knees, or hips, do it this way. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Okay? You'll get the same stretch in the side waist, you'll get the same flowing movement, but it'll take some pressure off the joints of the lower body. Okay? So either staying in mountain pose, Tadasana, or hands to the hips, step out wide. Please turn the whole left leg out 90 degrees, so left toes point that way. Turn the back toes in and the back heel out so that you're here. Stretch the arms straight out from the shoulders, palms turned down. Swivel your gaze to look out over the left hand and bend into the left knee. Do a quick check, make sure that knee is comfortable and tracking over the toes, okay? Here we go. As you next inhale, lean out over this left leg, stretch the right arm over, extended side angle. As you exhale, push into your feet, bring yourself back, warrior 2. As you inhale, lean back, reverse warrior, right hand to the right leg. And as you exhale, flow back through center. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling, extended side angle. Exhaling, warrior 2. Inhaling, reverse warrior. Exhaling, warrior 2. It's going to feel real good to straighten that left leg. Relax your arms, turn your toes forward. Very well done. Take a moment. And then turn the right leg all the way out. Right toes point to the right. Turn the back toes in and the back heel out. Stretch the arms out in a T shape. Swivel the gaze out over the right hand. Bend into the right knee. This is warrior two. Check and make sure that knee's tracking right over the toes. Here we go. Inhaling, lean out over this right leg. Stretch the left arm overhead. Extended side angle. Exhaling, sweep back through center. Warrior two. Inhaling, back hand to back leg. This is reverse warrior. Exhaling, warrior two. Once more. Inhaling, extended angle. Fluid wave-like movement in the arms. Exhaling, warrior two. Last one. Inhaling, reverse warrior. Exhaling, warrior two. Straighten the front knee. Relax the arms. Step the feet back underneath you. Pause. Find your mountain pose. Find your center. Feel your breath. So we're just going to tap into that energy center once again, the sacral chakra, before you move on with your day. So you're welcome to do this standing. You might even just sit in a chair. I'm going to sit on the ground since I don't have a chair nearby. This is just going to be a little breath and a little sound to close. So I'm coming back to cross-legged. You can stand or sit as you wish. And bring the palms of your hands to rest on your deep belly. You can close your eyes or just relax your gaze. Notice, what's the feeling tone here now? Maybe there's even a sense of warmth, sort of glow. Might check back in for a sense of vibration, color. Each energy center is said to have a particular sound which awakens and balances that area. These are called seed syllables. So the seed syllable of the sacral chakra is VAM, V-A-M. So I'll do it once so you can listen, and then we'll do it 3 times together to close. VAM. Wherever you are in your breath cycle, please inhale for VAM. 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 Practice is complete. Thank you so much for taking this time to connect with your belly. I hope you are well rewarded for it today. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.